I'm going to share a little scenario with you that will give you an example of what catastrophizing looks like. It was a hectic Monday morning at the office when a middle aged man, a dedicated project manager, found himself worrying about an upcoming deadline. While sitting at his desk, he looked up and noticed a colleague walking towards him. At about the same time, he noticed a senior vice president walk up to this same colleague and they began a conversation. As they're talking, he notices the vice president keeps looking over at him. The project manager thinks he recognizes that look that means, when I finish speaking to this person, I have something I need to talk to you about. The project manager's anxiety begins to increase and he starts to think, what if he asks me something I don't know about him? I'll look incompetent and feel stupid. More anxiety creeps in and his mind begins racing towards the worst case scenario. He thinks of disappointing his team, failing to meet expectations, and just plain performing poorly. His heart races and he struggles to focus on his tasks as his anxious thoughts seem to grow larger and more menacing by the minute. In the midst of his distress, his breathing becomes shallow and he finds it increasingly difficult to shake off the overwhelming sense of impending doom. At that moment, both the vice president and his colleague turn and begin walking toward him. This is it, he tells himself. He begins ruminating about other minor mistakes he made and immediately envisions the worst-case scenario of losing his job and being unable to find another position, and ultimately facing financial ruin. At this point, his anxiety is literally through the roof, and he begins thinking about how he should begin interviewing for another job. As they arrive at his desk, the vice president begins speaking first. Hey, I was just speaking with Grayson, and he and I both thought it would be a good idea for you to go with us next week and meet one of our new clients and help us with planning for their new project. Can you imagine how surprised his project manager must have been when he heard these words?